People often ask why so much time, effort, and money are spent on the idiot savants. Aside from the humanitarian considerations, the study of these children might someday lead to a giant step forward in understanding the human brain. Is it possible that the extraordinary skills possessed by these children might exist within us all?
Go round and round, all through the city.
Medical researchers have discovered within the last 20 years that it is possible to monitor and record the brain's electrical activity. From the different types of waves given off by the brain, we know that various patterns or states of mind exist. Some of these patterns or states of mind correspond to what happens when a debilitating disease, such as epilepsy, strikes. Through training, previously uncontrollable epileptics can be taught to maintain certain brain waves and eliminate seizures. Dr. Barry Sturman explains.
We believe we've discovered a state which is anticonvulsant. There are drugs which are anticonvulsants. These drugs apparently produce changes in the nervous system which can be empirically defined as anticonvulsant. It is possible that they activate certain normal patterns in the brain which are deficient in epileptics, and that this activation can be achieved in other ways, namely by teaching the patient through this operant conditioning method to alter neural circuitry and produce this state which is more resistant to seizures. We can get a bioelectric signal, an EEG wave, some physiological event that we can look at and teach the patient to manipulate. It may be possible to achieve very profound changes at all levels of nervous function.
It's a nice little fellow. And for
Children who are brain damaged can also learn how to bypass those areas of the brain which are injured. A team of doctors from Philadelphia have devised a therapy which teaches brain-damaged babies to use those areas of their brains which are not blocked and thus operate within a normal range of intelligence.
He's a nice little fellow.
Thank you. Come on, sweetheart. Come on. Come on. Christina is classified as a brain-damaged child, not from birth, but when she was 8 months old, some clothes fell on her in a crib, and she suffocated.
For Christina, the therapy has made the difference between an utterly helpless child and one who now approaches normality. A series of seemingly bizarre exercises have been devised to help stimulate new cells in the child's brain. Once brain cells which control simple physical motions function properly, other cells responsible for speech, thought, and logic may begin to operate.
Okay, sweetheart. This says ear. This is knee.
Therapists using the Doman-Delicato method claim that 33% of brain-injured children, like Christina, can overcome their handicaps and become normal. If this is true, it is a significant step toward understanding how the brain matures and learns.
Would you point to the one that says Daddy? Get your arm up. Point to the one that says Daddy. Point. Use your pointer finger. Point. That's right. That's right.
Of all the organs of the body, with the exception perhaps of the skin, the brain is the easiest body organ to reach and to do something about. In the treatment of
Dr. Robert Doman, one of the therapy's originators, believes that the brain can be stimulated by use of the 5 senses.
Our goal is to improve the child's brain's efficiency, having the child use undamaged brain cells that are not dead, and developing new pathways to the child's brain. In doing this, we feel that through successive stimulation to the child's brain, the changes can come about. In fact, the goal of what we're trying to do is to move the child up the scale of neurological organization.
1, 2, 3.
We use many different techniques. Patterning is one of the oldest techniques that we use, in which we utilize volunteers who put the child through what would be normal crawling or creeping actions. The purpose of this is not to exercise the muscles of the arms and legs or the neck, but to put into the child's brain, the child who's been brain injured, information about where are his parts, where is his arm, where is his leg, and where is each part of the body related to one another. As we look at normality and the brain's potential, we agree with many before us who say that you and I as normal people may not be using our brain very effectively. In fact, many authorities believe that the average normal person perhaps only uses 5% of his brain's potential at any given moment. That implies that we are in fact wasting 95% of our brain's potential. A sad waste of such a valuable, valuable part. And so indeed, when we achieve some results with brain injured patients and have them use their brain more efficiently, then perhaps they can work within this normal range, since normal isn't very efficient in itself.
Tommy, can you show us how you do your eyebrow trick? Can you show us where your nose is, Tommy?
Tommy was born with this problem, and he was born with the inability to do what other babies do at birth. He couldn't cry. He didn't have any of the normal reflexes. If you would lift Tommy's hand, it would flop down. If you would lift Tommy's leg, it would flop down on the floor. He could not hold his head in an upright position. One pediatrician told us when Tommy was 8 years old that we had to face the fact that he had never seen a baby lay as long as Tommy had and ever do anything in their entire life, that he was a vegetable, and we would have to face those facts. We would hate to believe that the pediatrician's viewpoint was correct, that Tommy would have laid there and never have done anything in his entire life. It would have been a big waste.
As a result of his therapy, Tommy has now entered day school and functions much the same as other normal 3-year-olds.
If we can teach an injured brain to stimulate unused cells, to take over the functions of damaged cells, think what could be accomplished in a healthy brain if these unused neurons were activated. Since only 5% of the brain is used, what if 20% was utilized? What might the potential be?